You ever walk out of a conversation and realize, almost too late, that everyone in the room suddenly went cold? You didn't insult anyone. You didn't raise your voice. You just added a fact. You engaged in what behavioral analysts call pedantic communication. You corrected a small inaccuracy. You thought you were helping. They thought you were attacking, and now suddenly you're the villain. Again, look, you probably know you have high cognitive ability. You process information quickly, but there is a massive blind spot affecting how you interact with people, and it's creating a wall around you. The problem isn't that you're too smart. It's that you have a fundamental misunderstanding of what a conversation actually is. You think conversations are about exchanging data and finding the truth, but most human groups operate on a completely different set of rules. For most people, conversations are not about accuracy. They are about social cohesion. When you hear a group agreeing on something that is factually wrong, your brain alarms. You step in to fix it. You think you're giving a gift, accuracy, but the group is running an engine built on harmony. By stepping in with cold, hard facts, you aren't just giving them data, you are breaking their shared reality. Psychologically, you are inducing cognitive dissonance, and to them that feels like a physical threat. And this isn't your fault. This makes total sense. Think back. There was probably a time in your life, maybe early on, where being right kept you safe, where being the smartest person in the room was the only way you got validated or heard. You learned to rely on your intellect as your armor. Being precise became your superpower. So when you hear people trading shallow opinions or making huge logical leaps, it feels almost physically painful to stay quiet. I understand why you do it. You care about the truth. You don't want people walking around with bad information. You are actually trying to be helpful. The tragic irony is that the very tool you develop to connect and provide value, your intellect, is exactly what is alienating you. Your help is being processed as arrogance. Society has this massive misconception about intelligence. People think smart people are naturally socially awkward or just hate being around people. But here's what everyone gets wrong. You don't lack empathy. You lack affective empathy. You have logical empathy. You can understand mechanically why someone thinks the way they do, but affective empathy, feeling the emotional temperature of the room before you drop a fact bomb, that's where the disconnect happens. And you are suffering from a severe case of what psychologists call the curse of knowledge. Your brain connects dots fast, so you skip steps. You jump straight to the conclusion. You don't bring people along on the mental journey, so you come off sounding condescending when you're actually just trying to be efficient. Every time you prioritize being right over being connected, you win the argument, but you lose the relationship. People don't remember what you said. They only remember how you made them feel when you said it. So, how do we fix this before you isolate yourself completely? You need a new mental filter. I call it the connection over correction framework. Step 1, the 5-second pause. The next time you hear someone say something factually incorrect, wait 5 seconds. Just count to 5. Ask yourself, is it absolutely critical that I correct this right now? If the answer isn't life or death, let it slide. Practice the radical act of letting someone be wrong. Step 2, the curiosity pivot. If you absolutely must engage, drop the professorial tone. Instead of saying, actually, that's incorrect, say, that's interesting. How did you come to that conclusion? Turn your analytical brain away from destroying their argument and toward understanding their emotional state. Stop making them defend their facts. Make them explain their process. Because here is the reality. You are incredibly gifted. Your mind is a Ferrari, but driving a Ferrari through a crowded farmer's market is going to cause a lot of damage if you don't know how to use the brakes. When you finally learn to value social connection as much as you value objective truth, you stop being an outcast. You become a leader. But if you find yourself constantly frustrated because people just seem illogical and slow, you might actually be dealing with a completely different psychological hurdle. I break that down in this video right here. Click it, and I'll see you there.